mean, being a comics fan such as yourself, it's got to be a dream come true to be in this moment, in this space.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's like you do a character that, in its origins, comes from Harlem. 40-something years after its evolution in comics, you actually make a live-action television show here in Harlem, and then you have the opportunity to debut the show in Harlem. So it's just like, it's great because you get to celebrate a place that for me has a personal family history because my grandfather was from here, but then at the same time, it's also a unique way to present a Marvel story. And then also with the reach of Netflix, it's just the combination of the two is incredible.
And on top of that, I mean, it's not just a superhero show, it's got such a social impact to it as well. Talk a little on that.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like being a bulletproof black man has significance, and we don't run away from that significance. We embrace it for this show because Marvel has always, in its stories, embraced characters that can speak to a greater good. So, for example, it's like you have Jewish American writers and artists doing Captain America and creating Captain America as a symbol to go against fascism. You have one of my favorite comic stories of all time, Chris Claremont's God Loves, Man Kills, which really was able, through Magneto and Professor Xavier to kind of draw a parallel between Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. These are the kinds of things that only Marvel does, where you have powers, but you're able to use that as a prism with which you can look at the real world. And we're doing something very similar with Luke Cage. But ultimately, it's a really, entertaining story.
From your perspective, how important is the music that you're writing?
The music, the job of a composer is to enhance the visual. We're audio-visual technicians here. So when Cheo Cocker, the showrunner, the creator of the show, called on us to do something for this show, we dropped everything that we had going on and dedicated the last 9 months to make this special. So we wanted to have music that felt cohesive. When you hear the music, even outside of the film, you felt like you were in Luke Cage. And that was our job.
And speaking of Cheo, like, he's got such a history in music. Was that better for you guys to have him be involved in that aspect?
Absolutely. I mean, Cheo is of the hip-hop culture, and when you're dealing from in a film or television or your screenplay perspective and you want music to be a part of that experience, it's good when you have such a concept of your character, music being somewhat of a character, and to be able to articulate that to your composer is exactly what it is that you want, and he knows exactly what it is that he wants. He'll give us a reference, and because we come from the same area and influences from a hip-hop perspective, from the perspective of knowing where the source material of the classic hip-hop records have come from, when he mentions that source, then we know where exactly to dial it in. So
this show has a really big social impact to it, especially like right now. Can I speak a little bit?
Well, look, it's like everything that we do. I mean, there's commentaries on justice and the gentrification of neighborhoods and things like that that went on in Daredevil and in Jessica Jones. There was certainly a lot about the way that men treat women and the way that women react to that, and while there's absolutely statements about race and what the black community is, if you have a better understanding of what that life is like from watching the show, that's fantastic.
I've never seen anything more universally approved as having Mike be Luke Cage. Like, everyone's like, they saw him like, that's Luke Cage. Process for you to find him when it was Jessica Jones, what was that?
I've told the story. We were casting Jessica Jones, and the actors who came in got on the elevator and got off on the 3rd floor because they had to wait down there, and then the room that we were shooting in was on the 5th floor. And so I got on the elevator, and Mike, who I didn't know, got on the elevator with me. And I'm looking at this guy, so he gets off on the 3rd floor, and I get off on the 5th floor, and I run into the room, and I'm looking there at Melissa Rosenberg, who is the showrunner on Jessica Jones, and the casting people and everything. And I said, I just came up on the elevator with Luke Cage. And they said, you mean you came up on the elevator with somebody who looks like Luke Cage? I said, I'm telling you, when this guy walks in here, you're going to say I came up with Luke Cage. Mike walks in, everyone in the room turns to me and goes, is this the guy? I go, this is the guy. And I'm just thinking to myself, please can you act, please can you act, please can you act? He started talking and went, done. It was the easiest thing in the world. And we started out thinking it was going to be one of the most challenging. So